Want to talk about the moon landing or what?
Yeah, well,
you want to talk about the moon landing?
Well, let's do this moon
I
landing.
just did a debate all about it. I mean, it's already 2 in the damn morning. I mean, this is
Okay, just
podcast
real.
doesn't
We could wrap. We could just do the moon
No,
landing.
well, you know,
Well, what?
Dante doesn't. He's a science major, but this is the thing: is whether Dante wants to be intellectually honest, he would say that we've advanced scientifically a lot since the 1960s.
Absolutely.
Oh, of
And
course.
today we cannot go through low Earth orbit, but in 1969 we were able to go through the Van Allen radiation belts.
How?
Exactly. How? But the technology that we used, we accidentally destroyed in the telemetry
And they say
data,
they can't find it.
and they can't recreate
I think
it.
that's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I just believe because Buzz Aldrin told this little girl.
Yeah, I don't believe that. And I'll tell you why I don't believe
go.
that.
Why don't you believe it?
Because
What about how there's no dust on the blast crater, but then when they show a clip of them in that rover, dust is going everywhere. But then you look at the blast crater.
You really believe we went to the moon?
Yeah, I do.
You
I
believe in God, but you
I don't believe that. I don't believe that there could be enough people that would shut up and not
the
tell
Manhattan
truth.
Project, they build an atom bomb in New York City without anybody knowing. You don't think there's
but
classified
we
levels of
found out
information? But just real quick, Dante, there's classified levels of information of lots of stuff people like
I
keep
agree.
secrets about.
I agree, but I also don't want to be in a situation where I'm going down those roads that I don't have an answer to. And so if you're giving me information, if you're giving me legitimate, I have no problem adjusting my opinion.
But look up Gus Grissom. Gus Grissom was the original astronaut. He was the original Neil Armstrong.
Grissom, yeah.
What he did was he hung a limit on the lunar lander, and he was starting to be outspoken about how this was there's no chance that this thing was going to land on the moon.
How many times did we supposedly go to the moon?
Well,
Six. You
six
said
times.
six,
And
right?
then Apollo 13.
But
we
that's
were
we
able
don't
to
have
fix it.
footage.
Yeah.
They do have footage.
No,
The footage
where?
is bullshit. They
don't
made
have
the
footage.
Yeah, they made the camera crew film a TV screen.
And do you think
here's-
Kubrick is part of this?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Neil deGrasse Tyson's a very smart guy, but he says it would be harder to fake it than actually go to the moon. No, it's not.
Well,
We've
Neil's
been making
in a
movies.
position where he can't be.
He
saying it.
can't. I know
go
he
against
can't.
it.
But I'm just saying,
I
it's
think-
easier
I
to
think-
fake it
Let
than
me-
actually go
okay.
257,000.
We went. We didn't go. I believe the John Glenn.
let me
I
give
believe
you-
the John Glenn one.
Okay, let me-
1961. I believe John Glenn
Went up to
But Yuri Gagarin went first in
Yes.
Russia. When I was in Russia in
Yes,
2018,
he said that, yeah.
I saw the statue of
Yeah,
him. I
right.
said, "What's that big rocket guy?"
Yeah.
Yuri Gagarin went before us. Then John Glenn, 1961. Believe it, came back down. Gotcha. The other thing, I think America just cheated and said, "Fuck it, let's say we
and
went to the
Tricky
moon."
Dick.
Do you understand that?
How are we
I
not
have-
in the moon now?
Wait a minute. I don't
Exactly
have
right.
a problem. That's not the
Yeah,
that's not the moon I'm willing
You're
to put my
open.
foot.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. We cannot go down these conspiracy theories without evidence and where it's concrete. Like when people say, do you
Yeah,
understand?
but like evidence, like look at this, like the NASA space program Apollo missions were created by Werner von Braun, who was a Nazi that we brought over during.
Warner
Of
von
course,
Braun,
they
I had
brought
to
all
do
of
a
the
voiceover
Nazis
of him.
over.
No.
Yeah, I had to do. There's this thing I did this voiceover audition the other
you
day.
gotta do it.
No, I had to do. Listen what they gave me. It was Walter Cronkite, John Chancellor, Dan Rather.
You had to do all of
Yeah,
them.
like, I'm
They
thinking, I
said,
wonder
how
what
many
the
voices can
project
you
is.
do?
Oh.
So I had to do old school 1972. Dean Martin. It was Dean Martin. It was It was him.
Warner von Braun.
Warner von Braun. It was all these like random, like different old newscasters.
yeah.
I did Cronkite. I did Dan Rather because he's from Texas.
Yeah.
And Dan has kind of a smooth talk.
Yeah, how do
He
you
talks
figure?
like
You
this.
just listen to it. You can just watch it a
yeah.
little.
I met Dan
If you
Rather.
fuck around, he'll do you.
Yeah, I know. He's a great impression.
I met Dan Rather.
What is like your process? You
But
just
it's like they have these lines you got to read in each person's voice.
Yeah.
But from 1972, there was Edward Kennedy was there.
Okay.
It was Edward Kennedy. It was just like random
He's
old
asking
school
about
white.
your process. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is, he will do you to you on the phone while you're talking to him.
Yeah, so,
It's
so once you
annoying.
hear it, that's how you
he's
kind
a
of
I can just
fucking
kinda-
kind
weirdo.
of pattern it. Like I see.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
a fucking weirdo.
You know,
Yeah.
It's annoying. It's so annoying.
But you kind of like it helps you. Once you hear it, you can do it. You know?
I sometimes if it's in my range.
Yeah.
He'll do sometimes the first time he'll do it here.
Yeah.
And I'll go, oh.
That's an incredible talent. But see, Godfrey, that's some sort of weird talent. The
Yeah.
fact that a person can do, and obviously there's people that can do impressions, but the fact that you can do it, that's like a superhuman type of.
Yeah, he does that. And
That's
it's
a
just
weird thing.
crazy.
You know what I mean? That's like a supernatural.
And he does Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. No, I know.
Fucking,
I know.
it's so annoying. But here's
Go
what I would say. So I feel like the first thing is a lot of the conspiracy stuff is because science has moved so far that a layman person, like there used to be science where a layman could understand science. And I think in each area of science now has gone so far that you have to have extensive study to even understand the concepts. Yeah. And so if you tell me that the moon it's just not something I'm gonna argue with. I don't have a problem, shifting that if other stuff comes out.
But you're gonna go with the scientific.
But I can't go. Yeah, I can't.
understand that. You want to go with the establishment. But and it's funny because you're talking about the science. I actually, when I debate this topic, I bring up the Werner von Braun. I kind of bring up the social issues behind it of why it would have been a lie, like why they would have been motivated to lie. So listen, I'm not going to convince anybody. You have to look into this. It's like Godfrey looked into it. And
you probably could convince me if we sat down. But it's like, for instance, like when we do, like when we were talking about the flat Earth.
Yeah.
The nautical mile is based on the sphere.
Yeah.
So how many years have seamen been using pause?
Oh man, God.
No, and they've used the celestial for navigation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So why would they create a whole a way of measuring miles on across the ocean and then fake? And
I know, but
it doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Whereas I haven't really looked into the lunar landing as much as that. So,
they're separate. So you should.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
America lies about so much. Well, governments in general just lie.
Sure.
But I wanted to be an astronaut. I had all the posters on my wall. Yeah. Buzz Aldrin, Collins,
you were a
Shepard,
space fan,
and Alan Shepard, and all that. Watched Cosmos. Watched the Jet Propulsion Laboratory show. I was such a nerd.
Yeah.
Watched Cosmos with my dad. I had the book Cosmos in grade school. I had all that shit. I was astronomy. Like, what? Yeah. I even watched a movie with Gary Coleman as an astronomy student. Okay, and
what would your pilot friend say about that? About the moon landing?
I got to ask him. My buddies used to protect the president, and he was a fighter pilot.
All right,
my friend, Jamaican guy.
And he said there was wrong.
Well, he studied. Right? Well, he studied geospace technology. Yeah. He has a degree in that.
Or he is flat Earth, or he's anti-flat?
No, he says.
Okay.
And he showed me a picture of his friend who flies 80,000 feet. Those the other pilots, and you can see the curvature. His buddies. So he's like Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
that's
one of those
my buddy did that. He's Jamaican
pilots,
dude, and he's a captain on American Airlines.
Charlie Kirk would let him fly in that plane.
Yeah. He might.
I think he'd eject Charlie Kirk. Say, yo, bomba clad, get the fucking bomba clad.
Charlie Kirk is not racist.
He's like, I want to pilot bomba clad, me smack your face
you
in the
would
place.
like Charlie.
Charlie Kirk looks like the alien on.
Oh, he'd be cool with us.
Yeah,
American
he would
Dad.
be really cool with y'all.
His head looks like the alien on American Dad.
Charlie would be really cool with both of y'all. I mean that.
I wanted to be an astronaut, and then I look at everything and I go, wow, those suits back then, the technology, how are we not there now?
Yeah,
our technology is supreme, and we're not at the moon right now.
You know what? Real quick to get on science, because you like science. In the moon, you can look this up. In the sunlight, it's 240 degrees. In the shade, it instantly goes to negative 240 degrees. So these suits somehow had the ability to switch and
those
give you climate
aluminum
cooling.
foil suits, those bullshit.
I'm gonna ask Neil when I speak to Neil.
Ask about the suits.
But here's what I think. You believe in white supremacy, right?
Yeah, you said you did.
I mean, yeah, but
okay,
I don't think it's like the problem that you think.
Wait a minute, hold on. The black women who did the calculations in the movie Hidden
that's all
Figures,
bullshit. Yeah.
So you think that they put
I don't think a bunch of black women with calculators is the reason we went to the moon. No, I think that's social justice stuff. I think
there was no social justice in 1935.
I know, but I'm saying that whole movie, and if you actually look at it, this is funny. Look at the discrepancies in that movie. And one of the main scenes of the movie,
he never ripped off the thing.
And yeah, she runs. She had to run across.
He never did that.
Yeah, in the movie, she has to run across a complex to pee in the.
Remember when Kevin Costner just goes,
ripped on the side.
White savior
and they said at NASA they were chill that they could pee wherever they wanted, and they didn't follow any of that stuff.
They pissed right there where they sat.
It is a movie.
You're not going to the bathroom. You hear me, colored?
And I'm not saying those
Figure
black
out
women,
these calculations.
they were smart. You know, I'm not.
We got DiffyQ, bitch.
I'm not trying to discredit them, but that movie's bullshit. Like they're trying to virtue signal. You know.
No, but you don't have
And
virtue signaling
one of the main
then.
space
That movie,
stations
though.
in Houston, we have a problem, Houston. And I just don't believe 1969, July 20th, we landed, and Walter Cronkite was the best actor that night. Remember?
Yeah,
he
he's
goes,
doing all the
I
commentary.
can't believe we just, July 20th, 1969, we
Yeah, I'm
just
hot. This has been a
landed
crazy
on the moon.
show.
And this is what I want tonight. We had, this February, we had Alan Stein who came through and was spectacular.